Welcome to this edition of The Reel. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Caleb.
It's October. Fall break, Columbus Day, beautiful leaves of all colors. The weather is getting colder, and the end of the first trimester is fast approaching.
This is our second episode of The Reel, a video magazine featuring stories from North, John, and Central Hardin High Schools produced by our EC3 Media Arts students.
Our first segment features the homecoming court from Central Hardin High School.
At this time, we would like to present to you the nominees for Homecoming Princesses and Queen. Representing the class of 2026 is our first freshman candidate, Addie Barnes. Addie is the daughter of Brett and Kimberly Barnes. Addie is a member of the Central Hardin Drama Club, active with Youth Theater of Hardin County, and takes vocal lessons with Lawson School of Music. She received 4th place in a vocal solo at the Kentucky State Fair and was a Lincoln Jamboree finalist. After high school, Addie plans to pursue a degree in music theater, and eventually perform on Broadway. Tonight, Addie is being escorted by Devin Hubbard. Ladies and gentlemen, Addie Barnes. Our second freshman candidate is Gracie Blair. Gracie is the daughter of Stacy and Sean Blair. Gracie plays basketball and varsity volleyball for Central Hardin in CKVC. In the future, Gracie plans to go to college for sports journalism and eventually be a reporter for ESPN. She is being escorted this evening by Brady Copeland. Ladies and gentlemen, Gracie Blair. Our third freshman candidate is Riley Foley. Riley is the daughter of Christy and Kevin Foley. She is a member of the Central Hardin FFA and plays basketball for Vine Grove Youth Basketball. Riley is also on the honor roll. After high school, Riley plans to become a dental hygienist. Escorting Riley is Tristan Beard. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley Foley. Our final freshman candidate is Anna Sophie Jaggers. Anna is the daughter of Joe and Tessa Dumbacher and the late Crad Jaggers. She plays basketball and volleyball for Central Hardin and is on the honor roll. After high school, Anna plans to attend college and study criminal justice. Anna is being escorted this evening by her brother, Ace Jaggers. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Jaggers. Representing the class of 2025 is our first sophomore candidate, Davy Abel. Davy is the daughter of Jennifer and David Abel. She plays soccer for Central and is a member of the Pep Club. She is also an honor roll student. After high school, she plans to attend college and become a psychologist. Tonight, Davy is being escorted by Aiden Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, Davy Abel. Our second sophomore candidate is Farrah Maurice. Farrah is the daughter of Tina Henderson and the stepdaughter of Stephen Henderson. She enjoys weightlifting and lacrosse. In the future, she wants to compete in bodybuilding physique competitions and plans to go into sports medicine, become a personal trainer, and open her own gym. She is being escorted this evening by Kobe Yassin. Ladies and gentlemen, Farrah Maurice. Our third sophomore candidate is Nalani Powell. Nalani is the daughter of Kara and Jonathan Powell. She is a member of the Central Hardin Pep Club and is a student at the Nolan River Art Studio. She is also an Academic Achievement Award recipient. She plans on graduating high school with her associate's degree and going to Savannah College of Art and Design to pursue interior and exterior design. Escorting Nalani is Matthew Berger. Ladies and gentlemen, Nalani Powell. Our final sophomore candidate is Grace Ray. Grace is the daughter of Norman Ray and Janice Johnson. She is on the Central Hardin track team and is a member of the FFA. She is also active with the White Mills Christian Church Youth Group. She was honored as a regional track medalist and the Beast Mode Track Award recipient. After high school, Grace plans to run track in college and become a registered nurse. She is being escorted by Joe Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Ray. Representing the class of 2024 is our first junior candidate, Bailey Danielle Barnes. Bailey is the daughter of Brett and Kimberly Barnes. She is a cheerleader, a Pep Club member, and Academy student at EC3. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Kentucky and major in medicine with plans to become a pharmacist. Tonight, Bailey is escorted by Jacob Fredrickson. Ladies and gentlemen, Bailey Barnes. Our second junior candidate is Anna Kate Cox. Anna Kate is the daughter of Brooke and Terry Cox. She attends Severns Valley Baptist Church. She is an honor roll student and has received the Academic Achievement Award. In the future, Anna Kate plans to attend WKU and become a teacher. She is escorted this evening by Dawson Probst. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Kate Cox. Our third junior candidate is Chad Frederick. Chad is the daughter of Carrie and Brian Frederick. She is a member of the Beta Club, Y Club, and the iLead program. Chad is an honor roll student and was accepted into the early college program. After high school, she wants to go to the University of Louisville to earn a bachelor's degree in social work. Escorting Chad is Ethan Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Frederick. Our final junior candidate is Jewel Hasty. Jewel is the daughter of Heidi and Jay Moffitt. She is a member of the Central Hardin Pep Club. After high school, Jewel plans to attend WKU to study business and to become an entrepreneur. Jewel is escorted this evening by Talon Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, Jewel Hasty. Representing the class of 2023 are our senior candidates. The first senior candidate is Lindley Britton. Lindley is the daughter of Marcy and Darren Britton. She plays softball for Central and Impact Travel Softball. She is also a member of FFA and Beta Club. Lindley also enjoys being a volunteer coach for kids softball. She's an honor roll student and was named the 2022 5th Region softball team. After high school, Lindley plans to attend college and pursue a career in veterinary science. Tonight, Lindley is being escorted by her father, Darren Britton. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindley Britton. Our second senior candidate is Mara Green. Mara is the daughter of Nathaniel Green and Laura Green. She is a member of the track and field and cross-country teams. She is also a member of several clubs, including Pep Club, Beta Club, Young Democrats, and Earth Club. Mara is an honor roll student and the recipient of several track awards in Select Prep. In the future, she plans to go to ECTC and then attending a university to study civil engineering. She is being escorted this evening by her father, Nate Green. Ladies and gentlemen, Mara Green. Our third senior candidate is Kaylee Spratt. Kaylee is the daughter of Tiffany and John Spratt. She is a member of the Art Club. She is also a young entrepreneur by owning her own business, Kaylee Creates Co. She was honored with an Artist of the Month and LaRue County Award and is an honor roll student. She has graduated from the class of 2022 Governor's School for the Arts. Kaylee's future plans include going to ECTC to obtain a graphic design associate's degree to further her business. She also plans to one day open an art studio, including a storefront to teach ages 4 and up art lessons and how to express their thoughts in a positive way. She is being escorted this evening by her father, John Spratt. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaylee Spratt. Our final senior candidate is Grace Thompson. Grace is the daughter of Rob and Jody Thompson. She plays volleyball for Central Hardin and Elizabethtown Volleyball Academy. She is the historian for Central Hardin FFA and a member of the Pep Club. She was awarded the Outstanding Leadership Award from FFA Camp and is an honor roll student. After high school, Grace plans to attend WKU and become an ag teacher. Escorting Grace this evening is her father, Rob Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Thompson. At this time, we would like to introduce last year's homecoming queen, Natalie Williams. Natalie is the daughter of Tim and Katie Williams. She currently attends the University of Kentucky and is studying music. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2021 queen, Natalie Williams. And now for the results. Your freshman princess is Riley Foley. Congratulations, Riley. Your sophomore princess is Farah Maurice. Congratulations, Farah. Your junior princess is Chad Frederick. Congratulations, Chad. And now for your 2022 Football Homecoming Queen, Mara Green. Congratulations, Mara and Dad. On behalf of Student Council, we would like to thank everyone who helped make this possible and all of our participants. Thank you and go Bruins!
One of the main goals of the Hardin County Schools is to help all students be career and college ready when they graduate. One of the most popular career pathways available for students is the health sciences field. This department helps students achieve their career dreams even before they graduate.
Course here at EC3 is called NAA 100 or Nurse Aid Skills 100. Prior to this year it was called Medicaid Nurse Aid, but the class is now offered as a dual credit class. At the end of the course, the students will go to ECTC, where they will take their State Registered Nursing Assistant or SRNA certification exam. The health science program here at EC3 offers an opportunity for students to receive 5 different certifications. The certification courses are Certified Phlebotomy Tech, Certified EKG Tech, Pharmacy Tech, State Registered Nursing Assistant, and then Medical Administrative Office Assistant.
Currently taking M&A, and I've been in this health science ever since I've been in freshman year. So for example, we are currently working on how to clean catheters for the resident, or how to transfer them from the bed to the wheelchairs, or to help shave them if they can't do it themselves. It's pretty fun. I enjoy working with my classmates. It's a great teamwork building, and it's really nice meeting new people here.
So Emergency Procedures offers hands-on experience in the field of emergency medicine. We focus quite a bit on CPR, first aid, victim assessments. We also get into some splinting, casting, spine boarding, so everything needed if an emergency situation arises. So each student's required, I put them through a rigorous CPR program. By the end of it, I tell them if you get certified through the American Heart Association, I'm confident that you can save a person's life. And ironically enough, just happened last Friday. A former student came in that had to perform CPR while at clinicals, and fortunately it did successfully bring the person back. So this class, predominantly they can get their CPR BLS certification, which is the highest level outside of working advanced cardiac care. So it's what myself as an athletic trainer, most of the folks at Baptist Health Hardin, the same certification they have. Through midterm, it's dual credit, so they'll get 3 college credit hours as well. So specifically in ours, the biggest certification is the BLS certification.
So the health science program here at EC3 allows students to experience multiple different areas of healthcare. It's not just about nursing. Students are able to go to different healthcare entities, whether it's doctor's offices, pharmacy settings, different areas of the hospital, such as labs, or to the EKG department, where they will be doing clinical hours and actually getting some hands-on experience. So I think sometimes students may think that maybe we are just pushing students to be a nurse, but it actually teaches that initial care that you need to take care of people in whatever area of healthcare that they choose.
I encourage a lot of people to take this, especially if you want to go into the medical field, because it'll help save a lot of lives, and it's way easier than going to college and paying extra money when you could do it here for free.
I do recommend M&A because it gives you an edge in the health science field, and it just gives you more experience with residents and patients in general.
John Hardin High School hosts a story hour each month this fall. Students gather to read to fellow elementary students and help support the importance of reading.
Maggie Snow, and I'm the Youth Service Coordinator here at John Hardin High School. And tonight we are kicking off our Fall 22 Bulldog Story Hour, and our theme tonight was back to school, and we had two wonderful readers from the Family Consumer Science program here at John Hardin lead us in our stories, and our young listeners were from Heartland and New Highland and Woodland. And so this story hour is going to be happening the last Monday of the month, pretty much for September and October, and then we'll start back up in the spring. But it's a great night for the students to hear a story, and they get to pick a book to take home. They get to have the book, and they can get a color sheet and some crayons and a sweet treat. So it's a great night, and we're tickled to kick off this new season.
Hello, I'm Caitlin Murphy, and welcome to the Bulldog Story Hour. Today I am reading Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, written by Billy Martin Jr. and John Archibald, illustrated by Louis Ehlert. A told B, and B told C, "I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree." "Oui," said D to EFG, "I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree." Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? Here comes H up the coconut tree.
You Take a Mouse to School by Lauren Normoff. If you take a mouse to school, he'll ask you for your lunchbox. When you give him your lunchbox, he wants a sandwich. And he'll snack for later, then he'll use a notebook and some pencils. He'll probably want to share your backpack too. Once you get to school, he'll put his things in your locker and take a look around. He might do a little math and spill a word or two. He'll even try a science experiment.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was a great night listening to these stories. Hopefully your little ones at home have loved the stories as much as we have tonight. And if you'd like to join us in person, our next story hour will take place at the end of September. Thank you.
East Hardin Middle School Beta Club has been raising funds for Hindman Elementary School in eastern Kentucky following the devastating floods that happened back in July.
In the entire history of Knott County, there has never been a disaster of this magnitude. There were 17 deaths, hundreds of cars washed away, countless businesses destroyed, and thousands of people left homeless. I'm Zoe Miller, an 8th grader at Hindman Elementary, a member of the Beta Club, and an avid volleyball player. Before July 28th, I was just like any other kid in Kentucky. I was looking forward to the first day of school, swimming on sunny days, and practicing with my volleyball team. After waking that Thursday morning, I realized something was wrong. There were several mudslides outside my home. We weren't able to get out of our driveway. Our pool was gone and our basement was full of water. But even after all this, I still did not realize the devastation of this flood.
We're sponsoring a club from Eastern Kentucky, and it's called Hindman Elementary. And our betas are going to be collecting school supplies that we're going to be filling the horse trailer for Hindman And we're also going to be writing them and getting to know them on a personal level, and we're going to be becoming pen pals. We will be also accepting school supplies from the community if anybody else wants to help, any local businesses or local people on their own. Our big campaign is we got approved to do a school-wide fund and community fundraiser to fund their beta club to go to state convention in Lexington, Kentucky. Through talking to their sponsor, Tiffany Perkins, she was explaining to me that they don't get a lot of opportunities, even prior to the flood. The whole reason this started was because of the flood devastation, and half of their school is underwater. So our goal is to raise $7,000 in our community, local businesses, and through our kids, we're going to do a drive at the school as well to try to raise money for their betas to go to convention with us.
I have been able to have a lot of opportunities because of beta. There's the convention, which is the main thing for the school year, which you go and compete in a lot of different competitions. This fundraiser is very important to me because I feel like this is another way to help me with my leadership skills and for going out there because I am one of the pen pals, and this will get me out of my comfort zone. It's just great knowing that some kids that can get the same opportunity that I can, that they usually don't.
I've had a few opportunities in beta. I've been a beta here since 6th grade. Beta's really given me a lot of confidence. I was part of the group talent last year in which we did a rendition of the Grand Ole Opry. It really has boosted my confidence. I've noticed in other places other than beta, like church, I've been able to sing and I've felt better playing basketball. Beta's really created a lot of opportunities for me, and I'm so glad I've been able to do it. I do have some family from Eastern Kentucky, so it helps and it impacts me, and it really makes me feel good about helping other places in Kentucky.
This means a lot to me to go to Hindman Elementary and help them get to go to this state competition because it meant a lot of me to go on my own. It was a lot of fun getting to hear all of the different speeches and all the different things that people did at competitions. I was never involved in anything that big, and so it helped me with my leadership skills, my people skills, my everything. I had a lot of fun going up there.
As a beta, we do a lot of service. It's one of our main focuses as a group, and it's really one of the most important things that we do. Like our Hindman Elementary service opportunity we have, we can really help our communities and change the world as students. This is important to me to give the opportunity of beta to someone else because I think it's really shaped me as a person and helped me be the person I am today, and it has impacted my life so much in such positive ways.
So I think overall, just East Hardin Beta and Hardin County schools are really glad to have the opportunity to help another county in Kentucky, and this happens to be Knott County, Hindman Elementary. And I think it's really, it's kind of the whole motto of Kentucky Strong. I mean, it's like helping our neighbors, so it's nice to reach out and be able to help another community in need.
Aviation students at EC3 made their own hot air balloons and did what any of us would want to do. Try and make them fly.
Intro to Aviation and Aerospace, and what they're doing right now is the hot air and gas ballooning class. This is the culminating activity for the hot air and gas ballooning class. They are currently making hot air balloons out of tissue paper that we are going to go out on Friday and fly them using a propane stove and see how we can get them up to. Purpose is to this part of aviation is actually lighter than aircraft, and so it's to show them how the density of the air, we make the density of the air inside the balloon lighter than the density outside, and that causes the balloon to become buoyant and then rise up into the sky. I chose to teach this class because I was a UAV operator, unmanned aircraft system operator in the Army, and this is aviation, so the two kind of just flow together.
I am operating the drone. As you can see, there's a phone attached to the controller. The phone is to record the height of the balloons and, obviously who gets the highest, who gets the lowest. In this class, we learn about aviation and aerospace, which is pretty much just all about planes, and not just planes, anything that flies. I've been into things such as aviation for a long time, since I was a young boy. And being an Air Force pilot is actually one of my dreams, so Aviation was just one step closer. I found this class due to my counselor when I moved here a few months ago. My counselor told me about it and I was interested in it and I took it up.
With Halloween right around the corner, Cara and Kaya give us some history on the holiday.
Halloween is a time for fun, tricks, and candy. However, the best part of Halloween is the costumes. Whether you're a spooky ghoul or a fabulous princess, costumes are for everyone.
But how did costumes come to be? How did they become such a staple in Halloween culture?
Yeah!
Well, it all started in the 8th century when Halloween was known as All Hallows Eve. October 31st was seen as the end of the harvest season and the start of winter, which was associated with death and misery.
Celts thought that Halloween was a time when the line between the spirit world and the living world was blurred. So, on October 31st, they celebrated Samhain. The Celts would have had a sacred bonfire, offering animals and crops to pray for a good winter. During their offerings, they would wear animal heads and skins.
Once the 9th century came, Christianity spread to the Celts and Irish. However, they kept many of their own traditions and just added on the new Christian ones. The Catholic Church deemed November 1st as All Saints' Day, as well as November 2nd as All Souls' Day, to try and make a more Christian-sanctioned version of All Hallows' Eve. Eventually, all these holidays just merged into one. However, Catholics still acknowledge the first and the second.
The Middle Ages were when the first signs of what is now known as trick-or-treating came to be. The poor people in Ireland and Scotland would go to wealthy homes for pastries called soul cakes in their best dressed outfits. In return, the lower class would pray for the upper class family members that had since passed away. This became known as souling. Towards the end of the Middle Ages, this was picked up by children who went around and asked for food and money.
The 18th century is when the traditions we associate with Halloween came to be. People would go around in their normal clothes with handmade masks that resembled ghouls and witches. Turnips were turned into lanterns as well. This is the century when the term Halloween came to be, being referenced in poems and writings. Many traditions, including apple bobbing, were also brought back. However, it was known as duking.
As the Irish and Scots immigrated to America, they brought their traditions with them. This made Halloween popular in the United States. Nancy Dolly, a fashion historian in New York, stated they wore scary, frightening get-ups which were made at home with whatever was on hand. Sheets, makeup, and improvised masks. Anonymity was a big part of the costume, she added. The whole point of dressing up was to be completely in disguise.
By the 1950s, Halloween had reached across America. People dressed in handmade costumes of ghouls, witches, and monsters, getting handed apples with pennies in them. Children would then take out the pennies and put them in their piggy banks. Then, in the 1960s, 2 candy companies started to mass produce candy bars, and which then started to get handed out on Halloween.
By the 1970s, costume companies started to make costumes of characters, earning rights by Disney and other big movie industries to make costumes of their beloved characters. Handmade costumes became a thing of the past at this point. The most beloved characters were Catwoman and Spider-Man, as well as other comic book characters.
During the 80s, places like Walmart started to carry costumes, as well as supplies to build your own costumes. Once the 90s hit, costumes started to show a lot of variety. People made their own and bought them. Characters and more were available as well.
The 2000s were a time of music, movies, and celebrities, most importantly. Celebrities became more popular and influential with the increase in paparazzi and technology. Photographers taking pictures of celebrities in casual yet iconic looks inspired teens and young adults to dress up as them for Halloween.
According to research, many people chose Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, Gwen Stefani, Beyonce, and Rihanna. Fictional characters were slowly declining in popularity up until 2010.
Characters like Harley Quinn, the 6th most searched Halloween costume, raised the popularity of characters. Number 1 is Fortnite, by the way. Now, Halloween is how we know it is. People dress up however they want to, whether it be a scary monster or a fictional character from a TV show or movie, or celebrities.
That's it for this edition of The Real. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Caleb.
See you next time.